In fact, nothing can set fire to a good plan like neglecting this one thing.
Hi, this is Jeff Marsace, the Plain English Attorney, and I'm an author, certified Medicaid planner, and an attorney with more than 25 years of experience running my own firm. You're at the #1 place to learn about not only estate and Medicaid planning, but to get business, fitness, and general life success stories. I want to help estate planners and the general public get the tools and advice they need to stay safe, plan ahead, and enjoy life.
As a trust planning attorney, there's nothing more frustrating than seeing a really good plan put into place and just have it blow up. In fact, nothing can set fire to a good plan like neglecting this one thing. A revocable living trust isn't some kind of magic box where you just sign the document and suddenly all of the probate problems go away. No, the problem is probate is based on what is titled on a person's name when they pass on. When you set up a revocable living trust, what you're really doing is setting up an entity so that you can title assets in the name of this entity, but still keep 100% control over everything. You pass on, the assets are in the trust, beneficiary designations are set up to go into the trust. It keeps all of that stuff out of probate. So when clients don't follow through and put their assets into their trust, or they don't maintain that trust over time, you end up with nothing but a hugely expensive will, with all these assets still having to go through probate before they get over to the trust. That just doesn't work. That's not what the client signed up for. That's not what the family deserves. All right, so once you get your revocable living trust put together, what do you have to do to, quote, fund your trust the right way? Well, there's no one thing that has to happen with all your assets. Each asset has its own homework item, and that's why for our clients, we have a separate funding meeting where we run through all of the titled accounts and assets and then put together a homework list. But I can tell you it's coming down really to 4 big things that need to happen with a titled asset. Number 1, the trust needs to be the owner of that asset or account. Keeps it out of probate, it's owned directly by the trust, but it's controlled by the people setting up the trust. Second thing, you can name the trust as the pay on death beneficiary. Sometimes it's better for certain reasons to do it that way rather than put it in the trust. Third option, okay, you're going to name specific beneficiaries directly, and usually when we do this, there's an income tax reason to do so. Primarily with things like IRAs or 401ks, there are some better tax options if you're naming individuals directly. And then the fourth thing, specialty trusts may end up being the beneficiary, not the revocable trust. Certain trusts like IRA trusts end up being the beneficiary. Or if there's a special needs beneficiary getting something separate, like this life insurance policy isn't getting split by all 3 of the kids, it's just one kid. So those are really the 4 big ways that we can recommend funding a trust, but each account is different. Really what we're trying to avoid is something that I unfortunately see all the time when we have the kids of our clients end up calling up. They say, yeah, mom or mom and dad, they've passed on and now we found the trust and it's got your name, you put it together. I don't think they've come to see you in 7, 8, 9 years. What do we need to do to settle the trust? And so one of the first things we do is let's go through all the assets. Are they titled in the trust? Often the advice that we provided them when they set their trust up was never updated because they didn't come to any of their annual meetings, and they've switched banks, they've switched financial advisors, and suddenly there are all of these accounts and assets that are titled in their name, And unfortunately, all of that stuff may end up having to go through probate. And then we hear, well, we thought this trust was supposed to avoid probate. Yeah, but it's kind of like having a suitcase. You're taking a trip and you end up getting that suitcase on the airplane. You get to the hotel and you open it up and you're missing half your stuff. Well, why are you missing half your stuff? Because you never put it in the suitcase. It's not the suitcase's fault that you didn't put the right stuff into it before you got on the plane. That's what it is with a trust. This is a kind of ongoing thing. Now, the benefits to your family after you're gone with a revocable trust can be tremendous, but those benefits are only as good as you keep up with your assets lining up with the overall estate plan, in most cases with the trust. Right, well, we hope you found that information useful. In fact, we think this is so important that there's a whole chapter in my book, Estate Planning Basics, on trust funding, and we have that available to you in the Linktree account in the free forms section. So go ahead and follow the link below and get that free chapter. And as always, stay safe, plan ahead, and enjoy life, and make it a great day.
We hope you found that information useful and easy to understand. To keep getting this great information, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. To get even more information more quickly, follow the links below to some of our free, no obligation programs.